Coach Shaun Aguano joining us. Thanks for the time, Coach.
Glad to be here.
We'll go straight to questions using the raise hand function. Please use the raise hand function if you have a question for Coach. Go ahead, Cole.
Hey, Coach. So last year before the season started, Zach Hill said that it didn't matter what type of back you guys had as long as ASU had a productive one. And with both Chip and Rachaad proving last season that both of them can shoulder a workload both in and out of the backfield, and Daniel getting his touches as well toward the end of the season, does that production give you confidence that this backfield will be a backbone for the Sun Devils moving forward?
Absolutely. You know, it's my job not to make sure that they're complacent and get better and better every day, but knowing that you have three guys that are well more than adequate to handle that load is comforting. And again, they're going to get better and better. And so hopefully we see big things from all three of them.
Jeff.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know you were coming to me so fast there. Hey, Shaun, do you have any concerns at all that because you only had the 4-game sample size that, you know, over a full season, it's going to be a little different? And how do you kind of prevent that from happening?
You know, I would have been concerned if I only had one or two backs, but I'm not concerned because we have three very good backs that can handle the full load of 12, 13 games now. And so I would have been concerned from an injury standpoint if we had only one and two, but I'm confident in all three of them. They all bring three different kind of dynamics to the offense, but they get the job done, and they're getting better and better, more understanding of Coach Hill's offense. And I'm excited for all three of them.
Christian.
Yeah, Coach, Rachaad and Chip in particular were so successful last year. I mean, albeit in 4 games. What are you working with them on to try to improve for this year?
You know, being more of a professional, understanding and paying attention to the details and getting better on reading second level and third level defenders. And so just the development of them as a running back, I thought they did a great job hitting the holes and finding their ways through the tackles, but now understanding all the blocking schemes and then understanding how people are playing them at the second and third levels, especially at the safety level. And so they can plan out their escape when they do break it. So it's just the development of them getting better and better in their professionalism and holding them accountable to being a professional every single day.
Chris?
Shaun, can you talk about Daniel's evolution over the last year? It seems like he's really made a lot of progress.
Absolutely. I thought last spring, Daniel was hampered a little bit from a hamstring injury, but I thought he was very hesitant in the holes, trying to figure his way out. I saw in high school his ability to break away from defenders and play with confidence. I think this spring, after 5 practices, we've seen the old Daniel back. He's confident, he's smiling, he's having fun out there. And it's a great compliment for the other two. And so they're helping him out too. And so those three are going to be a heck of a weapons for us in the backfield.
Michael?
Yeah, Coach, great to see you again. And I mean, I know last year, a lot of the questions surrounding like who would the one back be? And I know you kind of touched on it, but having 3, I mean, isn't it better maybe from, I guess, a game planning standpoint, a defense trying to get ready, that really not to just have one, but to have all 3 running backs that can contribute like they can?
Absolutely. And, the 3 of them are different in all their ways, especially hitting the holes. Chip is more that power guy hitting that hole. Rachaad is a little bit more patient, and Daniel is that slasher. So you're seeing 3 different kinds of running backs coming at you. I just feel that, it's hard for a defense to prepare. Now, from a competition level, it's great in our room because they're competing against each other every day. Again, it's really weird because they're best of friends on and off the field with Jackson He. And so from a competition level, they want the ball all the time, but they understand their roles and how to help out each other at practice and in the classroom as well.
Doug?
Shaun, you worked with Dave Christensen throughout your career, but this season, you're working with a new offensive line coach and Coach Kavanaugh. Just with the limited time you have worked with him, what does he add? What have you learned from him?
Coach Christensen was a great schemer on the offensive line. I think Coach Kavanaugh is a little bit more of a fundamentalist, and he's making sure that they understand the way he wants to do his things. These first couple of practices, they're very similar, very intelligent, and the kids responding to them both very, very well. And so I'm excited to see the development of our O-line, especially the younger guys. I think they're getting a lot of reps in spring ball. And so how do they grow once the older guys leave? And I think that's Coach Kavanaugh will do a heck of a job.
Chris?
Yeah, Shaun, just these guys getting more time in the strength and conditioning program, what's that kind of done for them in recent months?
It is funny. I just passed LD Henderson and gave him a kind of a shove. And he kind of stood his ground a little bit. I said, hey, we're growing up a little bit. So I think Coach Joe does an incredible job in the weight room. Their bodies have changed. You could see the 17-year-old LD now to the 19-year-old, and his body has changed, and he's playing more aggressive and confident. And so I think the more and more they spend with Coach Joe, who does an incredible job, I think the better and better we're going to get, especially from a physical standpoint, because we are recruiting bigger. And I think that given the chance and Coach Joe changing their bodies to what we want them to, I think we'll be getting better and better in the near years.
Christian?
Yeah, Coach, is DJ Taylor still working with your group at all? And then also with Chip and Rachaad, you mentioned the importance of them being professionals this year. How do you also want them to grow as leaders heading into this season?
Absolutely. Yes, DJ is with my group. This is going to be the first full time. I did not have him in the spring last year, and I did not have him for fall camp this year. So this is a full install of 15 days that I think is going to help him better understand the running back position. I think Chip and Rachaad do a great job in their details. And now we have to take it to the next level. How do I go about seeing more than just the box? How do I go about in seeing the outer skirts of the defense and understanding what they're trying to do to them? And so it's more of an in-classroom detail and learning more about the defense and how to attack it than it was last year. Last year was an attack it, and this is the way we're going to do it and learn the offense. Now it's more understanding and the whys of everything we do.
A few more questions for Coach. Gareth?
Hey, Shaun, what have you noticed so far just about Rachaad and Jackson and just their close friendship that they have with one another ever since they met, just either in your interactions in practice or just being around with them?
They're very close. They ride together to practice. I don't know how much I should say, but Rachaad's helping Jackson out in the woman category a little bit and give him a little help there. And so it's really funny watching them, but they get along real well. Jackson's communicating with the group real well, and he's a well-liked individual in our room.
Gabe?
Yeah, Coach, under the assumption that game flow might not allow things to be as run heavy, how do you kind of balance getting everyone the right amount of touches with so many capable running backs?
I think it's a game plan from game to game. I'm very confident in all of them in their hands. And so, depending on if we're going to go along with it, I think Rachaad and Daniel do a good job, but I think Chip has great hands out of the backfield. So I feel confident in all three being involved in the pass game. I think Chip does a great job in pass protection as well. And so any three in there, I don't substitute them based upon plays. I substitute them based upon their production in the game and how well they're rolling.
Last question, Jeff?
It's been just about 1 year now since everything shut down. Where do you feel like you're at now with these guys in the running game in general, compared to where you were a year ago?
I think last year we're trying to get a better understanding of what Coach Hill really wanted from us, and learning the installs again, just where we had to be, the right steps, the right tracks, the protection and all of that. Now I think, like I said earlier, I think we are advanced into the whys of why we're doing it, all the conceptual pass game and things like that. And so just going from the baby steps to understanding the grand scheme of things, I think we've developed a great deal of detail with our running backs in that case.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Chip Trayanum joining us. Thanks for the time, Chip.
Hey,
We'll go straight to questions from the media using the raise hand function. Please use the raise hand function. If you have a question for Chip, go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Chip, how does this spring feel different than last spring or last year in camp or any time really last season?
really, I would say the difference about this spring is just that everybody's coming back with that chip on their shoulder just because we got that bitter taste in our mouth, just because we didn't finish how we wanted to finish last season, having that 4-game stretch. But everybody's coming back hungry, competitive. Us in the running back room, we know that the running back job is still up for grabs. So we just come in every day, work, compete, and make each other better.
Cole?
Yo, Chip, what's going on? I just want to take you back to your first carry as a Sun Devil against USC. I remember it so starkly because you knocked the helmet off the guy that tackled you. So from your first game action to where you are now in the thick of spring ball, what is the biggest takeaway from your playing time this season?
I feel like ever since the first game, ever since USC, like it slowed down for me a lot. Coming into college last year and getting that spring ball belt under my waist was really good because I needed to get that feel for how fast the game was in college. Just coming out of high school. So getting that first game under my belt and just really seeing the game speed and just adjusting to it fast was really helpful.
Amir?
Yeah, Chip, just to build off that a little bit, what do you think your biggest asset is coming into this season that you can bring to this team for a full season stretch?
I feel like my pass game really, my blocking and my routes out the backfield. I've been working a lot on it. Just trimming up my body, slimming up, moving a lot better, working on my mobility better. So I feel like as a route runner now, I'm definitely can be a threat out the backfield.
Christian?
Yeah, Chip, you mentioned having that chip on your shoulder and trying to carry it into this season because the season was cut short last year. But what are you and the other running backs? You had so much success last year. What are you doing to try to build on that for this season?
Honestly, just coming in and competing every day. Like I said earlier, we know that the job is no job or no starter was announced. So just knowing that the job is there, it's still for the taking, and we just coming in every day. So Coach Aguano does a good job with distributing the reps, just making sure everybody get the equal amount of practice reps in practice. So it's just about making the best of your reps every day, and that's going to translate over to the game field.
Michael?
Yeah, Chip, how do you, and to kind of piggyback off that, I mean, I asked Coach Aguano, it's got to be great to have 3 guys that can come in. It's got to be obviously a scheming nightmare for defenses. But to that point, too, how do you guys feel that you can help this so for like younger receiving core, how is your guys' running game going to translate to helping them in the passing game?
I mean, I feel like it helped a lot. I mean, I feel like I already notice it, like whenever I'm in or like whenever we start getting heavy on runs, they start loading the box more and more. So that's just opening up for the receivers right there. So just us to continue our productivity throughout the season and just being positive and just always, leaning forward and not falling backwards, just gaining ground. So as long as we keep the ball rolling and keep rushing, I mean, the pass game will open up for the wide receivers and they can run with it.
Jeff?
We saw you guys as a group for 4 games, basically a third of a season. What do you think is possible for this running back room, this group, as for an entire season?
I think we can achieve a lot, really. It's scary, like you guys say, just to have 3 backs like we do, and just to know what we are capable of, and just know that we are not near to the peak of our games yet is very exciting. So that's why we work and we push each other every day, because we know we can do a lot of rushing yards this season as long as we just come in every day, do the work, and just continue to lead on the field and off the field.
Amir?
Yeah, Chip, you're a younger running back. So, growing up a lot of times, guys watch highlights, find inspiration from other players. At this point in your career, if you had to say, who would you most compare your game to? Who do you draw inspiration from the most?
That's honestly tough. Growing up, growing up, my first running back I idolized was LT, LaDainian Tomlinson. But now, over the past, I want to say maybe like 5 to 7 years, I just kind of looked at every back really and try to take what they're best at, try to take one thing that they're best at and just combine it all together. So really, I do a lot of film study, just watching backs like Zeke, Saquon. I watch a lot of Saquon's college highlights, just like those bigger backs, and just seeing how they move and just seeing their vision and just trying to picture what they would picture sometimes, but just taking the little things away from their games, I feel like will help a lot.
Any other questions for Chip? All right, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Rachaad White is joining us. Thank you for the time, Rachaad.
Thank you, guys.
Go straight to questions using the raise hand function. Please use the raised hand function if you have a question for Rachaad. Start off with Chris.
Hey, Rachaad. Can you just speak to your physical development, improvement, what areas you've seen gains or changes since you got to the program a year ago to now?
Yes. Thank you guys for having me. It's truly an honor, truly a blessing. Physical attributes, just getting bigger, faster, stronger. It's kind of really true what they say. The motto is and what they build here and how hard we work. And it's a credit to Coach Joe and the rest of the coaches just having a goal in mind for yourself and they having a goal in mind for you and the weight they feel like you can play at and all the resources and things like that. And that's really what I kind of attributed to. I have gained muscles, upper body, lower body, and just gain more muscle. And we're just working. That's it.
Are you heavier or same weight but just leaner?
Yeah. I would say I'm a little heavier than what I was. It's just like basically kind of like I say I'm a little heavier, like added weight, eating wise, but I'm also a little heavier, like muscle wise.
Amir?
Yeah, Rachaad, to build off that, I know you're a KC guy, so you're building on it eating wise. What are some of the barbecue spots you've been eating out here?
Well, out here I kind of been going to some soul food spots. I went to one barbecue spot. I don't kind of remember the name of it, but it was good though. That don't mean it wasn't good, But I kind of try to eat some soul food. I kind of try to, eat the food that they give us here because it's free food, and I'm really blessed and thankful to have that. And then I kind of eat some other food outside of here with a chef that I recently hooked up with.
Michael?
Yeah, Rachaad, I mean, coming in, saying getting bigger, but it's got to be, Coach Aguano talking about having 2 to 3 backs that can do it. I mean, I know it might not be as many carries, but do you feel like with this group going forward that you'll have even more impactful carries than you had last year?
Yes, I say longer season, the more we can showcase it as a group and the more times we can kind of, touch the ball and things like that. But in reality, we all, just grateful and blessed every day, we're grateful and blessed to touch the ball as many times as we are, as the game plan is playing to touch it. And we just try to take full opportunities and advantage of it. And we feel like this year going to be special, especially as our group. And we're just trying to keep focused and keep working as a group and get better.
And do you feel that?
Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, thanks, Hunter. I was just going to say, do you feel that too, that with obviously the more dominant that your group gets and that the game planning nightmare it is, we're going to see obviously these wide receivers that everybody can't wait to see in the passing game blossom too because of what you guys are putting in?
Yeah. Well, I feel like wide receivers, they're going to blossom regardless, just because, like you said, what everybody want to see and they kind of stepping up to the plate as a committee and Coach P and things like that. And yes, we all gonna help each other out. That's the way of this team. We all gonna contribute. It's not a one-man show, and we planning on having a big season, a good season.
Gabe?
Rachaad, you obviously had a ton of success in your first year, but what did you learn about the Division I level of football, and where do you think that you can improve the most?
Really, my success though, you got to give credit to, like I said, the guys around me, O-line and my running back group. We pushed each other. We kind of, as a group, all had great success. But I would say my success, where I have improved so far, is just getting better at understanding the knowledge of the game. Just Coach Aguano helping us make things easier, like pre-snap plans and things like that. Looking at the fronts, looking who basically how the play breaks down, and just seeing how like I said, the defensive stunts, the linebackers, what gaps they have, things like that. Who you gonna have to make miss and things like that in order to get a big play or get a good amount of yards. So I'll give credit to right now just getting better to Coach Aguano, of course, staying on us and just helping us get smarter. And obviously the drills we do and the work we put in, we get better.
Jeff?
The three of you guys and even Taylor, if you want to include him, you guys seem to have found that balance between being competitors and being friends. How have you done that? And is there a way to keep that going, even because you all want to play as much as you can?
Yeah. It's just kind of camaraderie, friendship. We hang out outside of here, outside of the stadium. Just things like that. Just all wanting each other to succeed and wanting the best for each other. And that's kind of like I said, how when I try to come in, when I came in, how, I try to have the room is we want to compete. Of course, we all want to be the starter. We all want to be the best guy. We all going hard every day to be better than each other and be better than yourself, get better each and every day. But at the end of the day, we kind of all we got. So we just, hang out and we just do our thing. I don't know how to explain it. We all just don't hate on each other. We know like once succeed, we all kind of succeed type deal.
Cole?
Hey, Rachaad. Coach Hill, he was very praiseful of your elusiveness and understanding of tempo before last season, and we got a taste of exactly how dangerous those abilities could be, both in and out of the backfield. Bleacher Report also noticed they recently named you the #1 big play threat in college football, and you're an incredibly humble guy, but do you agree with that ranking, and how do you maintain that explosiveness now that defenses have some game film to study on you?
I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of good back shot in the world. I'm never the guy kind of to toot my own horn, but if that's what the world believes, Bleacher Report believes, then I'm grateful and very blessed that that's what they believe of me. And how do I plan on maintaining that momentum? Just keep working every day. Just kind of letting the game come to me. That's kind of how the big plays happen. I just trusted my O-line, trusted the play, Coach Hill. We all designed up, trusted the coaching from my coach, assignment alignment, what Coach Herman talks about every day. And, and good things that just happen. So that's all I could say and predicate it off of.
Zach?
What's up, Rachaad? Coach Aguano told us that that you've been helping out Jackson in the lady department. Maybe you don't have to tell us about that, but as far as your relationship with him, I know you've been eating some Chinese food with him. I see your Instagram. Can you tell us a little more about your relationship with Jackson?
Yeah, Jackson, that's my guy. I mean, all of them my guy. Like I said, we all hang out outside of here. We all just have a great relationship. Me and Jackson know we kind of hang out. It's a poster that the staff has made. They called me Chris Tucker and Jackson like Jackie Chan, but because we be with each other so much, like they trying to make it seem like if it's rush hour or something. And that was funny to see. But yeah, we just hang out. He's a great guy, great dude. Does the right thing. Somebody great to be around. Just when you're around good people, you are good type situation, and we just have fun and try to enjoy the position and place that we're in right now.
Doug?
Rachaad, what have you seen from Elijah Badger so far this spring?
Elijah, I've seen a lot of good things from him. I see a lot of things that we all can work on and things like that. But I think he's a big play guy. I think he's very elusive. I mean, he's fast. Like I said, good route running. I think Coach P is doing a great job with the receivers, and you guys are going to be impressed with them when that time comes. And I think that he's going to be a great player for years to come.
Christian?
Yeah, Rachaad, Coach Aguano said that DJ Taylor is working with you guys as well. I mean, obviously you have great options throughout the room, but what sort of can he add to the room with his speed and his explosiveness?
DJ, he also could add, like you said, great player. You see how explosive and how fast he is off that kick return he had on special teams. He's a big contributor to the team. And what he can do in the backfield is same thing, be a big play threat. he might be bigger threat than me when the time comes with things like that. That's just how we are as a group. But I think he could bring a lot of like same thing, elusiveness, big play threat, and just hit a home run, hit his head on the goalpost.
Last question, Amir.
Yeah, Rachaad, you talked a little bit about speed. Have you guys did an updated race yet? Who's the fastest in the backfield?
Me, I'll say I'm the fastest in the backfield, but now we all haven't did that. Chip been pushing the race everybody, and we all should race, and that time gonna come. So you guys, you will see that, but I'll say me.
All right, thanks for the time, Rachaad.
Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it.